Greetings all, this is Matan at Plutonic Planes. So as you're reading the title of this video, I've given it one of those titles, what are they called? Clickbait. I guess this is just what the YouTube algorithm needs. So I'm finally giving, with all the resistance I've had all these months that I've been doing videos, I'm giving it what it seems to need. So I may do another video called, this one is World Ends February 19th, 2026. I may do another one that is World Begins February 19th, 2026. Both are question marks, of course. I'm not saying anything, just asking a question. So as you can see by this image here, this here is the Aries vortex. So from the astrology perspective, we have Neptune and Saturn at the world degree at 0 degrees, at the equinox point, at the vanishing point, as I call it, or the Aries vortex, um, as it's called according to Ray Merriman's text. This is where I'm taking this image. And it's the gateway of a new beginning. I've been talking about this all year. I'm going to link all the videos that I've done on the Aries vortex, actually. So in case you guys want to hear those again all together to get a sense, but I kind of constantly remind us that we're all refining our vision, especially now during the retrograde here in November. And this is what's at play. Fire and air, the outer planets and fire and air. The Aries vortex is at the midpoint between Pluto and Uranus. And you'll see here Uranus is at 27 degrees and this is Neptune and Saturn. So this is not the exact 2026 moment where they will be at exactly, but pretty much Neptune and Saturn will be exact with each other. Uranus will still be in Taurus. It's not moving back into Gemini until April 26th, I think, or 25th. 25th, April 25th. And then Pluto is already direct in Aquarius. It's not going to go back into Capricorn. And so what we have in action is we have this four outer planets all playing together, each with a different role, but each putting on new costumes, and Pluto being the most comfortable in her costume. And what it is it's a crisis point. It's a crisis point, and it has to do with our new vision, our new reality, and the ending of the old reality. So as I'm saying in the title, February next year, 2026, February 19th, is the day before the exact conjunction of Neptune and Saturn. They've both been in Aries and now they're back in Pisces, but they have never yet synced together at the exact same degree. This is what's occurring. This is why it's important this next February 20th. Why do I say February 19th? Because I always look before, the moment before. That's what I look at. Because it's the moment before that we recognize it's the shadow, the preemptive and precognitive vision prior to the day becomes exact. And that's February 19th. And so what is it? It's our new vision coming into being, all of us. Wherever we have Aries in our charts, that's where we're creating reality anew. It will be a huge transmutation and shift. The colors of reality might even shift and change. Maybe new colors will come into being. Their density itself will kind of move and modulate differently. Time will be recognized differently as we move closer and closer to this space. And it's not just a shift because Neptune and Saturn are coming together. This has happened 7 times before in history. But never before has so many celestial configurations, rare celestial configurations, come so close to each other than at this time. And what does this portend? Well, it portends a self-destruction or a self-creation. And what does it ask of us? Well, it's very simple. And I seem to repeat this, and many of us seem to repeat this, but many humans do not seem to understand this. It's very simple. Start recognizing power over maneuverings which make us blame each other. And I mean on every level, as much as it pains me to say, even with the leaders of certain countries enacting genocides for the camera, all of the cultures, all of the leaders, irregardless, the only way is to stop pointing the blame. I mean, we can point them upwards at the deletes because what control do we have? What can we do with that? We don't know until we observe in that direction. But one thing is for sure is we cannot look and use the easy blame game that they're wanting us to play and blame these people or those people for these tired narratives that they've been enforcing, that they've been putting into play, moving us like cattle to this place or that country or under this or under that. I mean, it's so exhausting. It's just are we not done with this? Are we not done with are we not realized that it's the same game they've always played? It's the same game. It's making us fight amongst each other. It's that simple. We have no leaders. These are not leaders we have. This is a power over culture everywhere on this plane, on this earth. And so, what is the new vision? The new vision is going to be legislated because that's what Saturn does. It turns something into law. And what is Neptune? It's the Play-Doh of reality. It's the vision we're creating. What are we making law? We each have a talent. We each have a skill. Are we going to make digital prison the law? No. Why would we do that? Why would we subject ourselves to a life of being a copy, a clone, an echo? We're spiritual beings. We're not robots. We're not transhumanist robots, are we? And so this realization still needs to be made clear. Wherever you have Aries in your chart, the Venus star point is there too. So loving yourself, loving your life experience, forgiving whatever you need to forgive about yourself, so that you can finally come into a new being of yourself. Such an opportunity is now with that Aries 0 degrees to kind of re-envision yourself for yourself. And that's where it begins, and really that's where it ends, because it's not without a sense of allowance and acceptance of the self that one can even help others or want to, or even want to. And it is about love. And I'll show you guys that in a minute when I pull up the human design chart. But for now, this is more or less the astrology configuration. This is the configuration of the Aries vanishing point, I call it, or the Aries vortex. And so Pluto's involved. Pluto's a relentless force that seeks to transform. Once it's turned on, it can't be stopped. And it's a force working against Aquarius, working against the individual vision. So one wonders what Pluto's up to, where its agenda lies. Authenticity is always, well, what kind of authentication? Authentication of Aquarius. Aquarius is technology. It's also the old eccentric, the old visionary. So one wonders where the loyalties that Pluto will support lie. We'll have to observe this. Uranus is our higher minds. It's the higher precognitive mind of humanity. It represents that. Where will its loyalty lie? We'll observe. Uranus will go back into Gemini, which is races simultaneous time into being. In awareness, we can all take advantage of. And so there'll be more dates, not just February 19th, but another date to watch for will be April 25th, and I'll do a separate video on that. That'll be another level, another density shift, it seems. So again, it's not that the Aries vanishing point vortex is occurring, it's also Pluto in trine to Uranus, and both meeting at the midpoint of the Aries vortex, where Neptune and Saturn are in conjunction to create this new density, this new layer, this new overlay of Earth. That's what it is. That's what it is. And this is extremely powerful. And right now, at this moment, we're checking in, we're checking up. Where's our priority? What are we doing here? What's working? What's not working? So that we can move ahead. And that's where we're at right now. I'm going to leave it at that for now. I will link all my other Aries Vanishing Point videos because it all goes into different layers of detail around this progression to February 20th. And again, I say February 19th because we want to be aware the day before and we want to be present as this occurs. Take a picture of yourself now, write a letter to yourself, and hide it and find it on February 19th or 20th because I don't know if we're going to recognize ourselves. Let's hope we see ourselves again in a higher frequency, a higher vibration, a higher elevation of awareness, and acceptance and allowance of ourselves. And that's all. Thank you so much, you all, for listening and supporting, and take care. Oh, I forgot to do the human design part. Give me a second. I'm going to pull that up. So this is the chart for February 19th. And I didn't even think to do the astrology chart. I have the astrology chart as well for this date, but I'll start with the human design first. So only one channel will be active, and that'll be the 4037, which is about the community. And the right angle cross will be the sleeping phoenix. How fitting. That's the new cross of humanity as of 2027. And this is where here in gate 25, a gate of love, one of the gates of love. This is where the Aries vortex is occurring. As you could see, it's the bridge to other worlds. The 25 and 51 is all about the leap. And so every time we see Aries moon active next year, this channel will be activated and it will be a powerful time. And that'll be Aries around, I think around 12 degrees to 19 degrees, something like that. It'll be gate 51. And that's what it is. And it will activate the G center of direction of humanity. And it'll activate the ego, the willpower of humanity. And then the astrology chart. On the 17th will be the new moon. So this is a couple days after the new moon that they become exact with each other. Here's a chart of February 19th. Tricky sometimes to get this up perfectly. Here we go. Here's a chart of the 19th, and you can see here in this chart there it is. Saturn and Neptune already a day before. Already both at 0 degrees Aries. And I put new moon here, but it's not the new moon. The new moon is a couple of days before. So you can see all the planets here at this time are actually in Pisces because the sun is in Pisces during this time, along with the North Node. And the North Node there is in conjunction with Venus and a wide conjunction with the sun. Mars having just passed Pluto a couple weeks prior. And the moon in Pisces. Very psychic time, very psychically aware time, with the majority of planets in Pisces. But Saturn and Neptune checking a new reality in that 0 degree, that equinox? No, that vernal degree, that beginning astrological degree of Aries. And that's what it is. This is a very significant world degree and moment in the world for us. And we're building up to it. So it's a time right now to refine our vision, especially with these retrogrades this month. It's a time of refinement. And we only got, what is this? We're almost in December already. A couple weeks will be in December. That's 1, 2, 3 months. About 3 months. This is coming in no time. We're almost already there. Wow. Shocking. It will sync again on April 25th, right? Hopefully I have the right date. April 20, no, May 25th. No, that's wrong. It's gonna be April 26th, 25th. That's gonna be another sync because that'll be when Uranus re-enters Gemini, creating that very close trine with Pluto. And this is just change. This is just real transmutation. Everything we've been seeing. You could look back at this year when both planets came into Aries for the first time this year, both Neptune and Saturn, which was around May 25th for Saturn, and for Neptune it was March 30th. Uh, it was July 7th that Uranus first went into Gemini before retrograding recently. And so whatever was happening during those times will be completed when this starts to happen next year. And so I'm reminded, of course, of my favorite lyric by the metal band Last Crack, and that's to build or destroy. Only we decide which joy. All right, take care, everybody.